Go. Hello, welcome to The Inclusive. You're watching The Inclusive International, and it's me, Faria. Today, we are going to talk about the deadly incident in Jaranwala, in which 26 churches were burned. Unfortunately, extremism, hatred against minority is deeply rooted in almost all societies. If we talk about Scandinavia, where there is ongoing activity of Quran burning, or even if we talk about Pakistan and the high-profile blasphemy cases like Asia Bibi, Salman Taseer, or this recent incident in Jaranwala. We are joined by Asif Aqeel, who is a journalist and writer, and who is also a key prominent figure. And he often talks about the Christian issues in Pakistan. Asif, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So, Asif, tell us about the ground realities on 17th August. What happened exactly? And, that I'm living in Denmark, and when I was watching the Denmark media, so they, interviewed some of the mob and the people who were on the forefront of burning the churches. They said that the Quran burning incident is linked to this incident. How true is that?
Thank you very much for inviting me on your show. What Since the incident of the Holy Quran burning in Sweden, pressure on Pakistani Christians has been ever mounting. As you know, that there are blasphemy laws, and the people generally have the feeling that those who are accused under this law, they are not punished by the court because of the international pressure, particularly Western Europe and American pressure. This has been particularly in many mob attacks, and since the Sweden incident, it is becoming a more and more pressing issue in Pakistan because Pakistani Christians are linked with the West. Most of the people living in Pakistan, they think that West is Christians and the Pakistani Christians are related to the West. So they cannot reach to the West, but what they can do is they can give vent to their anger on this Pakistani poor, very marginalized, doing menial jobs. So on those Christians. So realizing this pressure since the incident of Sweden, almost all churches put banners showing that from the incident in Sweden, they do not have anything with that burning of the Holy Quran, and they were affirming that they really respect the Holy Quran as it mentions Jesus Christ more than 20 times in it is mentioned. So, but what happened that there was an incident in a Christian colony in Jaranwala. It's a city area where this incident took place. But then immediately it spread to other parts of Jaranwala, which are mostly villages. It's an agricultural. Most of the area is agricultural. So whatever the produce they have, they bring it to Jaranwala city, which is a very small place. And there is, since the British period, there are few churches and few areas where a Christian has done it. Then a nearby mosque, it was announced from there, and then definitely phone calls went to the other people. And in the radius of about 20 to 30 kilometers, people from different villages, 126 village or and Chakumor. And so there are probably 8 locations we have identified from where people started coming to the city. But then they were not just coming to the city, they identified the churches in their villages. In those villages, and the attack, this pattern was that they desecrated the cross, they burned the Bibles, whatever they could stole, they stole from houses and the churches, and then whatever was left, they burned, and whichever could not be burned, they demolished it or they tried to harm it. They, in many few instances, they had cranes with them, and they brought down the boundary walls of the churches. And in one graveyard, the main Christian graveyard, they entered, they broke crosses on the graves and at the entrance. So, and in some places, they dragged the cross in open drainages as a disrespect, and uh, where the fecal sludge is going along with that, they were uh, uh, dragging the cross to show that they disrespect. So the incident was quite big. At least 27 churches were attacked, burned, and desecrated. And more than 100 houses were also ransacked. So this is it has happened, and primarily since not just here in Sargodha, in just last night in Islamabad. So it is going around and round, and people everywhere, Christians everywhere, are under pressure, particularly in the Punjab province.
So, Aqeel, I was watching a ceremony in which Pakistani Prime Minister, he was, distributing aid among the Christian community. So, do you think that everybody has got enough aid as per the loss they have bared?
The Pakistani government has taken a good step. They have come forward immediately condemning the incident, but definitely loss is too big. They have distributed 25 checks of 2 million rupees. Some of the houses definitely did not have that much belongings, but some had more than this. And then they are not 25 just households. They are at least more than 100. So I don't think the government has reached to everyone. There was need to conduct a survey if people like us have identified exactly 27 locations. The government could do it much easier than us. Then there are churches, and this 25 checks distributed. I don't know if they include the churches, but some of the churches were definitely had things which were worth more than 2 million Pakistani rupees, which is like 3 or 400, like 5,000 US dollars. So in many churches, the things were more than this worth. So I think the government needs to look into this.
And what about the damages made to the churches? Like, is there any reparational cost that the government has vowed with the Christian community?
I don't know. They have promised that they will renovate the churches, even make them build them better than they were before. But so far, for example, the church they were with, the chief minister was to visit. I was there when it was being whitewashed. So the people were not happy with it. There were many things in that church. They had sound system, which is very essential for a church meeting, and then they had musical instruments and Bibles and other things. So the whole roof needs to be repaired. But if you just whitewash, then we say that they are just whitewashing, just hiding the crime done.
Okay, that's so unfortunate. Asif, I was reading the report that co-written with I think, a foreigner journalist. So I was reading that that one of the churches, which was Mumtaz Church, it's a very denominational church and a very inclusive church that include all the Christian faiths. So has the Christian community ever tried to convey their message of peace to hardline parties like Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, or like, for example, other Muslim parties? that the church also talks about peace, and it's also against the burning of Quran.
Acha. So uh, one of the major when the incident of Sweden took place, most of the churches placed banners clearly distancing themselves from the West and saying that we are Christians, we respect Islam and the Holy Prophet and the Holy Quran. They wanted to convey that they don't belong there. But I think this is not enough because the Muslim majorities, it has been raised to believe that West is Christian and Christianity is West. Which you are living there, you know how many people are Christian or how many people even care about Christians and Christianity. But Pakistanis, local people here, they don't know this. Now, I think that what Christian community, despite being very illiterate, whatever they could think, they have done. But then socialization is the bigger issue. Those coming from the Muslim community every day, uh, on Friday, they hear that these are infidels and they are against Islam, and so that narrative is very strong in Pakistan, which is why I think uh, I see that change will not take happen soon.
Mm. Mhm. So it's so unfortunate. It seems like the Christian community is living under a constant pressure. If there is any incident happens against Muslims anywhere in the world, so how's the Christian community feeling, Asif, after this incident? It must be, very sad for them that they don't feel home in Pakistan.
Definitely, Pakistani Christians are born and raised in fear. That's for sure. They cannot talk to, they cannot even say what they believe because some of the views one believes are often exclusive of others. For example, Jesus is the savior, so it means Jesus alone is the savior. So, but when you say you talk to a Muslim, he would say you are an infidel and you are doing this and that. And a Christian or a Hindu or any other one who is not Muslim, he cannot respond as according to his or her faith. So that's a compulsion. You cannot suppress your views. But on the other side, everyone will keep telling that Bible is changed. Jesus Christ is not Son of God. He was taken alive to the heaven, and this type of discussion which everyone's according to Muslim beliefs they keep saying, but they are not trained to take the criticism or take the response from the other side. So it means there's a compulsion that they'll just listen and they will not respond. So even in cases, so we are raise our children with instructing them that do not talk about religion with any Muslim. They will just accuse you and tell them that we don't know about religion, so don't discuss it with us. This is how it is taking place in Pakistan.
Hmm. Yeah, but as far as expressing the views is concerned, even Muslim fear hatred or blasphemy pressure, even if they talk about Ahmadis and
I
Qadianis.
don't think, but if Muslims they have any issue among themselves of blasphemy, uh, they may talk to each other or not, but all of them, when it comes to Christian, they all act to pressurize them because among them there is sort of they have sort of a power balance. One sect not talking to the other, or one sect is disrespecting the other sect, and the other sect is responding. But this is really possible that one people of one sect start assembling and start attacking and killing and ransacking the entire mosque or the houses of those Muslims. In the case of non-Muslims, they all those who are fighting among themselves about blasphemy, they become because the target is easier and then the target is obvious. So everyone is saying, okay, he is Hindu, he is Christian, they have done this, so we can take. We need to teach them a lesson. So this is different when two Muslims talk to each other. or when it is a non-Muslim. When a Muslim is accused, then that single Muslim is punished, whatsoever the way, be it Mashal Khan or those. But it's not that the entire community will be attacked. But in the case of non-Muslims, the entire community will be attacked. That's the difference is. So it is not
Yeah,
comparable.
and yeah, and that's so unfortunate because Christians and Muslims, they are, people of book, they are Ahle Kitab. We can eat from each other's houses, we can, embrace each other, we can wish each other on religious events, but that's so unfortunate. This is not the true spirit of Islam. And in one of our shows on our channel, Kuch Wazahatein, like, which means some interpretation, we rediscover Islam. And even last year when I interviewed you on the event of Christmas, we also discussed it with our Islamic scholar who is fellowship holder of Al Morid. We discussed the same issue with her, and she also said that we are like brothers. So instead of having a solidarity with each other, we fight with each other. And you're right that unfortunately Christians in Pakistan are vulnerable target to attack. Thank you so much, Asif. It was great to have you.
Yeah, but this is again in these shows we talk, but the people in general do not treat Christians as the people of book. They believe the book is corrupted, so that's why there are no more people of the book as well. So the hatred is quite sheer, and then there are explanations of that hatred. So I think the narrative which the educated people have, that's not
In the
present
masses,
at the ground.
yes.
Yeah, that needs
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
brought, and that can
yeah,
bring a positive change. I
yeah.
think
And
that's what.
Asif, on our behalf, we can only speak and express our views, and we can only wish to make a little change from our side. And it's always great to have you. Thank you so much. And we wish peace, prosperity, and harmony to people of all religions, ethnicities, and identities. Thank you so much.
Thank you.